Hey guys, today we're talking about training intensity. So this is the way of making the exercises a lot more intense. And as you probably guessed, the more intense, the more calories you're burning, the more muscle you're building, and the quicker you're going to see results. Now it's important that you pick an intensity that's right for the level you're at. So if you haven't done any training before and you're embarking on this program, I suggest you go for the easier versions, which I'm going to show you at the start. And as you get more advanced, you're going to add things in, such as slowing down the reps, such as pause reps, sometimes even explosive reps. We're going to cover that in our plyometric session. So let me just talk to you about how this works. There's something called the all or nothing rule. Now, what that means is if I'm going to do a bicep curl, for example, if I grab this weight here and I curl it up really quickly, I might only be working about 60% of the muscle fibers. So 60% of those fibers are going to activate, they're going to produce that contraction, and they're going to create the movement. However, what happens after a period of time, those muscle fibers will fatigue. What will happen when they fatigue? The other muscle fibers, the assisting muscle fibers that weren't being used before, after 1, 2, 3, 4, who knows, but a certain amount of time, will actually engage. So by coming up super slow, squeezing, really slow on the way down, I'm actually working more of the muscle. So this is going to stimulate more muscle growth, it's going to tear more muscle, and it's going to stimulate a quicker metabolism. Okay? So if you're new to an exercise, we'll do it for 2 this time. Always make sure first and foremost, I'm going to mention this every video, belly button inwards and upwards, core nice and tight, and then from there, you want to go nice and quick, and just make sure you feel those muscles as you do the exercise. But when you're a little bit more advanced, you're going to go really slow it down, squeeze up, and you can come nice and slow on the way down. Now, quite often you'll notice that people will go, when they do an exercise, quite often you'll see them going quickly on the way up, slowly on the way down. The reason being is because the muscle, as it's actually stretching out, is about 60% stronger. So you can actually, if I could maybe bicep curl 10 kilos, I can actually control 16 kilos on the way down. So by doing that exercise quickly up and slowly on the way down, I'm actually working more muscle fibers. I know it's a bit complicated, but all of these techniques will come into play. Now I'll explain to you how we do a pause rep on the bench. So first off, technique is key. Making sure we bring it to the belly button, and we're going to push away from our head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press up, but just before my elbows fully lock, I'm actually going to start bringing the bar down. The reason I do that, because when I lock my elbows out, I'm actually giving the muscles a rest, which is taking the tension out of the muscle and preventing me from really tearing those muscle fibers and getting a good result. However, when I stop at the bottom and then I press, I'm actually making the muscle work a lot harder.